All right, y'all. I want to talk about this clip that's going around on Facebook. It's about this show called Adulterers. This movie called Adulterers. I don't know. Now let me just describe the clip. Now within that, it was a scene within Adulterers where this guy was cheating on his wife, right? And then the wife was cheating on her husband. So, but the wife's husband had caught his wife, cheating or whatever. So, to get back at his wife and the other guy, he called up the guy's wife who was pregnant, Asian woman, I believe. She's pregnant, and he had a gun. So he brought her over there, and he straight up fucked her in front of the guy, in front of his wife. Now, that was a very powerful scene. Everybody talking about it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the shit. I enjoyed it. It was fucked up at the same time, but I enjoyed it. And the guy, the black guy in the scene, his wife was getting, fucked in front of him. And he's like holding his heart. He's crying. Oh my God. Oh, he can't believe this is going on. And the fact that he was watching his wife get plowed right in front of him, and she was enjoying it. She was enjoying it. That was a very, 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 very powerful scene. And it's a very, very powerful message that was behind it. Let me tell you the message, right? The message is like, okay, men, it's like they can cheat all day long on their significant others, but if it happened to them, they can't take it. They can't take it. You know what I mean? A woman really can cut deep into a man if she wanted to. Like, yeah, that's why I fucked your friend. That's why I had sex with your friend. A man can't deal with that. Certain men can't deal with their women, the thought of their woman with another man. They can't. And it showed in that movie, he just couldn't deal with it. He's done for life. After that scene, the look on his face, he's like this, holding his heart, he's done for life. And she was like, she was done with him. That was like, I saw that clip. I gotta go watch it now. I saw the clip, and I actually saw another clip with the actual audio. I've heard about that movie. Somebody told me to watch it, but now I'm gonna go watch it. And it seemed like it was pretty good. But that scene though, that scene was really, really powerful. That's what he get. He cheated. He's an adulterer. He didn't think how that would hurt his wife. While he's cheating on her, he didn't think, for 1 second, the pain that she's going through, and she's pregnant, but he felt it. And not only did he feel it, she got him back 10 times worse, right in front of him. And she was enjoying it. Unbelievable. And that comes to a story I wanted to tell you real quick. And I'm not going to say the guy's name. Not gonna say the guy's name. I don't think he watched his YouTube anyway. If he did, I'm not gonna say his name. But this dude, this is not a friend of mine, but this guy, he come through. I can't even say where he worked, because then I'm gonna give it away. And if people that know him is watching this video, they gonna know I'm talking about him. Can't even say where he worked. It's one of these delivery places, put it that way. And he come through and he drop packages off by the office all the time. So we go out, have a smoke break. We chop it up. We chopping it up or whatever. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, I'm engaged or whatever. I said, yeah, man, congratulations. And I kid you not, this is a true story. And anybody know me know that I have stories. I got stories for you. This is a real fucking story right here. And this is all his fault. And I'm going to tell you the story real quick, and it ties into this adulterers thing. Not really, but it's kind of. He hit me up one day, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm about to get married. My girl, I proposed to her and shit. So, he was saying, he was asking her, like, yeah, can we bring other women into the relationship, have a threesome? And, she was like, yeah. So then he was telling me, like, yeah, she agreed to have the threesome and stuff like that. I said, she agreed to it? I said, did she agree to it right away? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I already knew what was going on. So then she hit him with, you know, a request. She was like, you know, if we're going to have another woman into the relationship, you know, just a one-time thing before they get married, you know, to get out of the system. She's like, can we have have a threesome with a guy, like me, you, and a guy? And he was like, you know, she was like, but you can pick the guy. You know, I'm not going to pick the guy. If we both agree on the guy or whatever, then it's okay. So then a few weeks went past. He was been telling me this story or whatever. So I was like, okay. He's a younger guy. He's not too seasoned when it comes to this kind of shit. Because there's two type of guys. I mean, there's a jealous type and there's a non-jealous type. Then you got some that's kind of, you know, in between or whatever. This guy he's kind of like in between, but he wasn't prepared for what was getting ready to happen, right? So eventually he came bragging, you know, dropped some packages off bragging to me. Yeah, we finally had that threesome. I'm like this, right? My eyebrows raised. I was like, threesome with who? He said, with the girl. I said, okay. I was like, you sitting here happy you had a threesome with a guy. But anyway, not that it's nothing wrong with it. If that's your, you know, that's what you like to do, then so be it. I'm not knocking nobody's what they like to do in their bedrooms. I don't give a fuck. But he was bragging about it. Like, yeah, you know, I had one of her friends came and you know, we had a threesome with her friend and it was all good. So then he was saying that, you know, she really want me to pick one of my friends to have, you know, a threesome or whatever. But then they started talking about it, and so he found one of his best friends. This was his best friend at the time. It's not his best friend no more, and I'm going to get into it. His best friend, they agreed that, you know, his best friend will actually have a threesome because they, you know, they wanted to do this before they get married. So it's about 3 weeks has passed, and I haven't even talked to him. He was like out of work. They was like, he had took some time off work using his vacation time and stuff. So I haven't seen him. So I was like, man, something must have happened to him. But, you know, who knows? People maybe went on an extended vacation, or maybe he could have got married. I don't know. So one day he had came to drop package off, and he didn't look good. He looked like he had lost weight. He just didn't look good. And he was like, yo, man, let me talk to you for a second. I got to tell you what happened. And you're not going to believe it. I knew this was going to happen, but, you know, he didn't know it was going to happen. He was telling me, well, the engagement is off or whatever. You know, we're no longer together. The engagement is off. And, you know, it's over with. I haven't talked to her in 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense because that was 3 weeks that he's been out, that we haven't seen him come by the office. So I'm like, all right. So what happened? He was like, man, I'm heartbroken. He's like, I'm depressed. He said he wanted to kill himself. And so I'm like, okay, now somebody's saying that they want to kill themselves, then you listen. You know what I mean? Because I had two friends that I'm not going to get into it on this video, but I've put it this way. I know what that's all about. When somebody say that they're going to do something, they do it. And you wish you could have been there to talk them out, and it was too late. But that's another video. I'm not going to get into that. But he's saying that he had thoughts of committing suicide and stuff. So I'm like, yo, what happened? What happened? So he was like, they decided to have a threesome. And they decided to have, this might be a little bit too gross for this video, but y'all bear with me. It's bad. So I said, what happened? He said, well, we had the threesome and it just didn't go right. So I was like, what happened? He was like, and I said, first of all, did you agree to have like a threesome, like you and the guy and her? He said, yeah. I'm like, all right, see, I'm not into all that. Like, I could not have a threesome with me and another guy, another girl. I can't do that. Balls touching and shit, I can't do that. Maybe if that floats people's boat, that's cool. I don't want to see no other man's ass when I'm with my woman. You know what I mean? That's just how I do it. But he said, yeah, he agreed to it. So I'm like, all right, what happened? And he's literally balling up and getting ready to start crying. So I'm like, God, something really, I knew what, I'm like, what happened? So he said that they started, to act or whatever, and then his best friend and her really got into it. And he said they got into it so much that he just got up and went into the other room. And then he said that she was carrying on so much that he left the house. So I said, well, how long? He said he went downstairs in the car. So I'm like, all right. Because I asked him how long did he leave the house. So he said that he left for like maybe 5-10 minutes. But maybe he said it could have been like longer than that. He said he came back. They were still going at it. And put it this way, not to get graphic, this guy was doing stuff to this woman, to his fiance, that he could never imagine her doing. He did some stuff to her and put her over the top so much that he could not believe it. It's hurting him now. This dude, to this day, he is still fucked up over it. And he said he came back and the sheets was covered in blood. Covered in blood. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get real graphic on it, but this dude just straight up turned this woman out. And she enjoyed it. And it was crazy. So he was like, so then they finished, and so the guy left. So then they immediately had problems because she saw how visibly upset he was. She was like, why are you upset? You agreed to do this. But he said that guy made her do some things that he didn't think that she wanted to do. And he said she had sounds coming from her that she's never done with him. So y'all know where it's going. But obviously it was still a messy situation. I'm like, blood everywhere. I'm like, damn. I don't run red lights. She must have got it during the sex act. They must have came, but she didn't stop. She didn't let that dude pleasure her to the point that this dude couldn't even pleasure her. So then they had a conversation about it. He was upset, and she was like, well, you agreed to do it, and blah blah blah. She feel all bad about it, and they broke up. And he doesn't want to talk to her. He hasn't talked to her since, and it's been a few months now. So I wanted to tell y'all that story because that was a crazy ass story. I'm like, yo, I ain't know what to say to him. I'm like, man, I told you shouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? It takes a different kind of individual to want to share that woman. Not everybody out there, not every man out there has that mental capacity or that type of character to want their woman to be with somebody else. You know what I mean? Especially if you in a committed relationship with her. But he agreed to do it, and now he's fucked up over it. I don't think he's ever going to get over this. I mean, she got her period but didn't stop because the dude was pleasuring her that much. She couldn't stop. I don't even think she realized she was getting it. The dude was just going to town on her. You feel me? And she just, next thing you know, she like, oh my God, look what happened. But he was telling me that story, man. I was like, yo, man, hold your head. I told you not to do it. I told him not to do it. He wouldn't listen. But now him and the guy's not friends no more. Now this guy's is fucking depressed. And what are you gonna do? But anyway, I want to tell y'all that story. And then there was another story. Maybe I'll say that for another video. Well, I'll tell you now. There was a person I know, like I said, I can't say the name in this case they watched the video. To make ends meet, his woman was going out, and how can I say it, to be PG on here. She was going out and getting into entertainment to make money, if you know what I mean. For the ends meet. It's hard out here. I'm like, damn. And he had to accept it. Shit, bills got to get paid. It's rough out here. It's a crazy world out here, man. I wish that guy that I would tell you the story about, I wish him well, but this mentally fucked him up. But the only thing I told him was, I said, damn, all this is your fault because you agreed to it. When she said, there's some stipulations that, I'll let you bring a woman in, but I got to bring a guy in. I said, you should have just said no. But you know what I mean? He wanted to have his cake and eat it too, and it just didn't happen that way. But I wish him the best. I hope he get over it. I said, listen, charge it to the game if you can. It's a learning experience. It's fucked up that he don't even want to talk to her no more. But I said, just move on, I guess, and, start over fresh somewhere else. But first, he got to work on himself first. And, that's going to take some time. I don't know if he's ever going to get over this one. Unbelievable fucking story. Unbelievable. I remember he would tell me, I didn't want to believe it, but then when I see how he was acting, I was like, I can't believe this. But shit, that's what it is. All right, man. If you like it, man, share some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Until next time, peace.